Here are my picks and predictions for SummerSlam 2017. Usually we start at the bottom and work our way to the top. This will be the same format, but one of the kickoff matches, which should be at the bottom, is not part of SummerSlam. Exactly, it's the kickoff. So it's sort of like SummerSlam, but it's not really SummerSlam. But it is SummerSlam. Anyway, it's sort of in the middle of this. We're going to start with that one first, then work from the bottom to the top. SmackDown Tag Team Championship match of The New Day versus the Usos. My pick is going to be The New Day. Yeah. I have no reason to. Man. The Usos had that one good promo, and they've been pretty good at it. They've brought it back a little bit for me, but it's the same thing. Nothing really new happens. I still enjoy The New Day. Usos are still pretty big contenders for it, obviously, for the titles, but I think The New Day is gonna retain, especially after their last title match at Battleground. Yep, that's alright. You got a whistle. Now the other SummerSlam kickoff match, I believe, will be the WWE Cruiserweight Championship with the new Cruiserweight Champion Akira Tozawa versus the former Cruiserweight Champion Neville. I don't know why they made the Cruiserweight Championship match on Monday. I don't know what that's necessarily about. Maybe because they didn't think people were going to watch the kickoff. So if Akira Tozawa won it at SummerSlam, less people would have seen it. And with that idea, I'm gonna say my pick is gonna be Akira Tozawa, because if that's the reasoning behind it, people already know he's a champ. People might not watch to see Neville win the title back. I would have preferred Neville to have kept the title, but now that he's lost it, I think, at least in this match, Tozawa's gonna retain. The Demon Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt. I don't know how I feel about this match. Bray Wyatt beat Finn Balor clean. I at least the last match. I want to say their match before that as well. That being said, it's the Demon Finn Balor. I know people want to see it. The demon come out of him or whatever. Him with his entrance and painted up. My pick for this match is going to be Finn Balor. Nothing against Bray Wyatt. If you watch my other videos, I like Bray Wyatt. But having at least one loss, I believe two, to Bray Wyatt, he's going to win this time. Especially now that he's the Demon. So you know he's going to win. You don't know he's going to win, but my pick is for him to win. Big Show versus Big Cass, with Enzo suspended above the ring in a shark cage. Also, Big Show might have a bum fist, so he might not be able to hit the KO punch. I kind of don't care about this match. This is going to be a little drain if you want to start clicking. I don't know when this is going to pick up, but I don't know who my pick is going to be. I kind of don't care for the Big Show to win, but at the same time, I really don't care for Big Cass to win. I've heard people speculate that Enzo is at some point going to turn heel and rejoin Cass. If that's the case, I guess he could do it here, but I wouldn't see the point. I don't really see the point in either person winning with Enzo being in a shark cage above the ring. He doesn't really interfere in matches. And even if he did, Big Cass could just boot him once and he'd be down for the count and not be able to interfere anymore. My pick for this match is going to be Big Show. And I have No real reason why. Randy Orton versus Rusev. You guys know the deal if you watched his other videos. If not and you're new, I'm never going to pick Randy Orton for anything. And I like Rusev. So my pick for this match is going to be Rusev. The SmackDown Women's Championship match, Naomi versus Natalya. My pick for this match is going to be Naomi. I think Natalya is gonna beat her up pretty good, but Naomi will still win in the end. And afterward, this is the prediction part. My pick is Naomi. My prediction is that Carmella is gonna cash in her Money in the Bank briefcase and win the title off of Naomi. Yeah, so my pick is Naomi. If there's a cash in, my pick is Carmella. In that order. The Raw Women's Championship match, Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks. My pick is going to be Alexa Bliss. I really still want to see her have a title match against Nia Jax. I think if Sasha Banks wins, she'll go on to beat Alexa Bliss or Nia Jax again, and it'll just be followed by a feud, if you want to call it that, with Bayley. They might be setting up for that with the shoulder injury that I don't believe is real. It was just to get Sasha Banks into this match. But my pick is for Alexa Bliss to retain. I think. She hasn't really done anything. Let's just stick with Alexa Bliss. Raw Tag Team Championship match, Cesaro and Sheamus versus Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. I don't want this match to happen. I'd have preferred, honestly, another Hardys match versus Cesaro and Sheamus. Because I don't like when they just team up two arguable main event guys and then they hold a middle card title, especially together, because what middle card guy is going to beat the main event guys? But this is what we're getting. I would like, honestly, like, just with it being Seth Rollins, I would like to pick his team, but for this match, for the titles, I would prefer Sheamus and Cesaro to retain. So my pick for this match is going to be Cesaro and Sheamus. For the United States Championship match of AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens with Shane McMahon as the special guest referee, my pick for this match is going to be AJ Styles, because they hint so much at this possible fight between Styles and Shane McMahon that even if it happens, I think that it'll still end with Styles winning, even though there was a fight between him and the ref. My pick for this match is AJ Styles. John Cena versus Baron Corbin. I don't like Baron Corbin's new music. I don't like that Baron Corbin cashed in on SmackDown on Jinder Mahal. There's a lot of things that are coupled together with this match, the Jinder Mahal championship match, and also the Randy Orton Rusev match. Because I like Jinder Mahal. I haven't made my pick yet for John Cena Baron Corbin. I just need to say all this at once, because soon we'll be at the Raw main event. I don't understand why 2 weeks ago they had Jinder Mahal versus Randy Orton one-on-one. I know how they treat Orton where he wins a lot. And I understand why Jinder Mahal has won. Sorry. having the Singh brothers and then the Great Khali interfere, and how they portray him as a champion. I don't understand why you'd have him lose to Randy Orton 2 weeks before he's going to defend his championship against somebody else, after he's beaten Orton 3 or 4 times in different types of matches, when you were going to have Rusev attack Randy Orton afterward anyway. You could have had Rusev interfere in the match and attack Randy Orton. Randy Orton could have still won, albeit by disqualification, but still won and not make Jinder Mahal look bad by getting pinned by not the number 1 contender 2 weeks before his match. And then this week, having him basically lose to John Cena, but with the different ending of Baron Corbin interfering, which makes sense because it really looked like John Cena was going to get that pin. I think if anybody watched it, they know that without Baron Corbin's interference, it would have been John Cena over Jinder Mahal, just like the week prior with Randy Orton. But they could have done that 2 weeks in a row with a main event interference finish, even though, just to save Jinder the loss, even though he would have lost anyway in both instances. It just didn't make him look good. Even though he roll-up pinned Baron Corbin after he cashed in, I felt like all of that was a waste of time. If you were going to have Baron Corbin lose when he cashed in anyway, I think it could have been saved for SummerSlam, where maybe he lost to John Cena, and in the following match, Shinsuke Nakamura beats Jinder Mahal. You have Baron Corbin cash in at that point, and then Shinsuke, even though he's had this tough matchup, he still manages to beat Baron Corbin, and Baron Corbin therefore fails in cashing in his Money in the Bank. He does not successfully cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase, contract, whatever. That to me would have been way better booking. I don't like to say that stuff in these picks and predictions videos, but that to me makes a much better story and more sense than what's been going on in the last couple weeks. And I needed to say that on here. Even though like 2 people watch these videos, it's fine. So even though none of that happened, none of that stuff that made sense happened, my pick for this is going to be Baron Corbin, even though I'm pretty sure John Cena is going to win. It is what it is. He's going to get the Orton treatment for me in this matchup, John Cena. My pick for this match is Baron Corbin. The next match, the WWE Championship match, Jinder Mahal versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Again, another thing with, if you've watched the other videos that I've made, my prediction was that Rusev would go on to challenge Jinder Mahal and beat him for the title. Because they sort of had a little feud going after they were a tag team together where they didn't like each other anymore. And I like Rusev. Like Jinder, I think it could have been something really good. It does not look like it's going to happen. I'm right now giving up on that. So my pick for this match is Shinsuke Nakamura. I think he's gonna win the title. SummerSlam. Sorry, Jinder Mahal. I guess your time is up. Which is, to me, is a shame. Nothing against Shinsuke Nakamura, but I was really pulling for Rusev to beat Jinder Mahal for the title. And finally, the main event, Universal Championship match of Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe versus Braun Strowman in a fatal 4-way match. And if Brock Lesnar loses, he leaves the WWE. I've been going back and forth with all of these guys. All 4 of these guys is who do I think is going to win. And I heard an interesting, and I'll cover this one first because I thought it was actually interesting, and I don't know why I didn't think of it, of Roman Reigns winning with the help of the new, what would be in this idea, the new Raw Tag Team Champions of Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins interfering and helping take out the other opponents, leading to Roman Reigns' victory, the reuniting of the Shield, and they're all champions. I wouldn't mind seeing that happen. I don't think that's going to happen. Braun Strowman, I really enjoy Braun Strowman this entire year. He's been a force to be reckoned with. He's the last man standing, but it might also be a little too soon for him. Having a couple good months behind him is it? I don't know if that's long enough to prove that he's like the champion. And some people have said that the closest to Brock Lesnar, but as a full-time wrestler, is Samoa Joe. And I like Samoa Joe, but my problem is liking Samoa Joe. My problem is the caveat of if Brock Lesnar loses, he leaves. I don't think that he's going to lose. I don't think he's going to leave at SummerSlam. And this is really the only basis for my pick for this match. My pick for this match is a retaining Brock Lesnar. I don't think he's leaving the WWE at SummerSlam.